Qantas Wallabies assistant coach Jim Williams. Well, the countdown to the test is certainly underway now with the team arriving in Canberra. Good to be back, being an old Brumby yourself.
It's always good to be back, Matt. Enjoy coming down to Canberra. Obviously, I've had some special memories down here, so it's just great to be back, and more importantly, having another test in Canberra.
I guess with a big group, there's been a lot of logistics to get through. Is it full-on rugby preparation from here on in?
Yeah, there certainly is a lot of work when you've got 40 players coming in, and roughly around about 53 people all up. So it's the early part of the week's been getting a lot of logistics out of the road, but we're well and truly into the rugby now, and certainly looking forward to the test on the weekend.
A lot of new boys in the team. How are the new ones coming along?
Yeah, it's been a great transition for them and easy. It's certainly the boys have been getting in and doing the work on and off the pitch, and they're really enjoying each other's company. And like I said, everyone's just working towards this first test now.
Obviously, the test side settled and a couple of new caps. Hui Edmonds, a Brumby, so he'll be playing in front of his own people, as it were. But looking at the Fijian challenge, what are you expecting from their tight forwards?
Yeah, not really knowing a lot about them, but the quality of the player, the athleticism of the player, and of the Fijian players is going to be something we're going to have to deal with. They're not going to shirk. Their responsibilities are going to come straight at you. They're going to be quick. They're going to be aggressive, and they're going to be getting all over the park. So it's one of those things. It's just important to keep to our structures, making sure that we do the simple things well. I know it's an old adage, but making your tackles, catching the ball, doing good passes, all those kind of things are going to have to be spot on.
How difficult is it to prepare for a game not really knowing anything about the opposition? Robbie Deans has said that this week is pretty much about you guys. How hard is it really not knowing much about them at all?
Yeah, it's always going into the unknown. You never like to be going into that area, especially with your players. You want them clear on every aspect of the game. But it is with such a large group, it has been just about us and making sure we get our preparation right, and getting systems in place to make sure we can go out and do them on the pitch. And it's vital at training that we get those right.
Obviously, a first test at home as captain for Rocky Elsom, also his 50th test match. His contribution to Australian rugby, pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. He's been a pivotal player over the last few years, and to have your 50th test and do it at the province where you're playing in Canberra is a fantastic honour for him, and I'm sure the Canberra crowd will get right behind him, as well as the debutants with Hui Edmonds.
Obviously, the fact that he's staying with them, they'll be happy with too. How's he come along as a captain for you? You obviously had him on the tour as captain. You happy with the way he's going?
Yeah, I'm certainly happy with the way he's going. He's he's certainly got that presence about him on and off the pitch, and when he speaks, people listen. And that's what you want, and certainly he has that attribute about leading by example, and they're three important things that you need out of a captain, and he certainly personifies that. Obviously,
there has been a bit of talk about the guys that aren't available, but one who's back is Nathan Sharp, and he's coming off a pretty good Super 14.
Yeah, fantastic Sharpie. He's had a challenging couple of years over at the Force, and he's dealt with it fantastically. He's just a natural leader, and he's brought an extra aspect to his game where his work rate, especially carrying the ball, has been excellent from that side of things. And he's had to do a lot of the work, but he's been consistently very good at it.